Exploding head syndrome. You're finally falling asleep when suddenly, bang! You hear a gunshot, fireworks, or even a cymbal crash inside your skull. You jolt awake, your heart racing, but the room is silent. Welcome to exploding head syndrome. And yes, that's its real medical name. It's not painful, but it's definitely terrifying. The explosions are imaginary sounds your brain creates as it powers down. Scientists aren't 100% sure why it happens, but one theory is that the brain's auditory neurons misfire during the transition into sleep, tricking you into hearing something loud and violent. Others think it's linked to stress, exhaustion, or irregular sleep schedules. The good news? It's completely harmless. Up to 10% of people report experiencing this at least once. So, if it ever happens to you, try to laugh it off. It might be the world's worst alarm clock. Sleep paralysis. Picture this. You open your eyes in the middle of the night, but when you try to move, nothing happens. Your body feels heavy, frozen, like someone pressed the pause button on you. That's sleep paralysis. It happens when your brain wakes up before your body does. See, during REM sleep, your muscles are temporarily paralyzed to keep you from acting out your dreams. Most of the time, this system switches off perfectly as you wake up, but sometimes your brain and body get out of sync. Here's where it gets extra creepy. Many people also hallucinate during sleep paralysis. Dark, shadowy figures, someone sitting on their chest, whispers in the corner of the room. In reality, it's just your dreaming brain spilling into your waking state. It usually lasts seconds to a minute, but it feels endless. The good news? It's not harmful, and it happens to about 8% of people. So if you ever wake up stuck, don't panic. You're not haunted. The fall. Have you ever been drifting into sleep, completely relaxed, and then, bam, your whole body jolts like you just fell off a cliff? That's called a hypnic jerk, and it's one of the weirdest sleep glitches. Basically, your brain gets mixed signals during the transition from wakefulness to sleep. As your muscles relax, your brain sometimes misinterprets it as, whoa, we're falling, and it slams the panic button, firing signals to your muscles. That's why you twitch awake, heart racing, sometimes even imagining you tripped or stumbled. Some scientists think it's an ancient survival reflex. Back when humans slept in trees, that sudden jolt may have saved our ancestors from rolling off branches. Around 70% of people experience hypnic jerks at some point, especially if they're stressed, overtired, or full of caffeine. So next time you jerk awake and glance around embarrassed, even though no one saw you, just remember, it's not a glitch in your body. It's your brain still convinced you're living in the jungle. Think of it as your brain's way of saying, relax, buddy. I've got your back, even if it's a little dramatic about it. Sleepwalking. Imagine this. You're fast asleep in bed, dreaming about something totally random. But meanwhile, your body decides to get up and start moving around without you. That's sleepwalking. It happens during deep non-REM sleep, usually in the first few hours of the night. Your brain is partly asleep, but your motor system is awake enough to let you wander. Sleepwalkers might just shuffle to another room, raid the fridge, or even leave the house. Some do surprisingly complex things, like rearranging furniture or trying to get ready for work. The strangest part? Most don't remember any of it in the morning. About 4% of adults and up to 17% of kids experience sleepwalking, often triggered by stress, lack of sleep, or genetics. And no, contrary to myth, waking a sleepwalker won't kill them, but it can confuse or scare them, so it's usually better to gently guide them back to bed. Sleepwalking might look funny when you hear stories about it, but it can also be dangerous. So if you or someone you know tends to wander at night, maybe lock the doors and hide the snacks. Insomnia. You're tired. The bed is soft, the room is quiet, but your brain? Nope. Instead of sleeping, it starts replaying your most embarrassing high school moments, singing a song you don't even like, or planning conversations you'll never actually have. Welcome to insomnia, the king of annoying sleep glitches. Insomnia affects up to 1/3 of adults at some point, and it can be short-term, a few restless nights, or long-term, weeks or months of poor sleep. Stress, anxiety, caffeine, or even scrolling your phone in bed can make it worse. Ironically, the more you try to sleep, the more your brain rebels. The long-term effects aren't just feeling groggy. Chronic insomnia can affect your mood, memory, focus, and even increase health risks. But here's the kicker. Sometimes insomnia strikes for absolutely no reason. You'll just be wide awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling like you've got nothing better to do. So next time your brain won't shut up, remember, it's not always your fault. Sometimes your brain just decides it wants to host a late-night talk show, and unfortunately, you're the only audience. Teeth grinding. Ever wake up with a sore jaw, headache, or your partner complaining about weird crunching sounds? That's probably sleep bruxism, aka teeth grinding. It's like your jaw decides to go full construction mode while you're asleep. Scientists aren't totally sure what causes it, but stress, anxiety, and genetics all seem to play a role. Some people grind so hard, it sounds like they're chewing rocks. Over time, it can wear down enamel, cause tooth sensitivity, and even lead to jaw problems. Dentists often recommend night guards, plastic mouthpieces that protect your teeth. Sure, they make you look like you're ready to jump in the boxing ring, but at least your teeth won't be destroyed. In some cases, relaxation exercises or reducing caffeine can also help. It's surprisingly common. Up to 10% of adults grind their teeth regularly. The problem is, most don't even realize it until the damage is done. So if you wake up with a sore face or your dentist looks horrified at your checkup, you might be a midnight grinder. Sleep apnea. This one is more serious. Sleep apnea is when your breathing stops repeatedly during the night. Your airway gets blocked, your oxygen drops, and your brain panics, waking you just enough to gasp for air. Then it repeats, sometimes dozens or even hundreds of times a night. The result? You wake up feeling exhausted no matter how long you've been in bed. Snoring, choking sounds, or restless tossing can be signs. Over time, untreated sleep apnea can increase risks of heart disease, stroke, and memory problems. The most common type is obstructive sleep apnea, where the throat muscles relax too much. Treatments range from CPAP machines that keep your airways open, to lifestyle changes like weight loss, quitting smoking, or sleeping on your side. It's more common than people think. About 1 in 15 adults have it. The scary part? Many don't even know. They just think they're tired all the time. So if someone tells you your snoring sounds like a broken chainsaw, don't laugh it off. It might be more than just annoying. It might be your body glitching in a very dangerous way. So which fact blew your mind the most? Drop it in the comments, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe, because this was just one quick meal of knowledge, and there are plenty more fact snacks coming your way.